Okay, so let's start. So first part of this tutorial is you will have to get your measurement for your top first. So measure from your upper bust vertically, measure from your upper bust down to your under bust, or whichever the height of your top you would prefer. So for my case, I just did it in 6 inches, and then I just lay out the yarn up to 6 inches and then fold it twice. After the second fold, extend out to 2 to 3 inches and then make a slip knot. So for the foundation chain, I used a bigger size hook for this, which is 4mm, and make an I-cord for our foundation chain. So this is the short tail that we have stretched out and folded twice, and this is the long tail in which we haven't worked on yet. To start an I-cord, yarn over the short tail and then yarn over the long tail and pull through these 2 loops. Just like that, pull through these 2 loops and then yarn over again on the short tail, yarn over the long tail and pull through the 2 loops. Just repeat this process and make it in a multiple of 2 until you reach your top height's measurement, which in my case is 6 inches, and then add a last 1 foundation chain. Okay, so after the last foundation chain, drop the short tail and chain 1 on the long tail. And then switch to a smaller size of your hook, which is the 3.5mm, and then single crochet on the first stitch of your I-cord. And on that exact same stitch, make a double crochet. Skip 1 stitch, and on the next stitch, make 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. Again, skip 1 stitch, and on the next stitch, make 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. Repeat the steps of skipping 1 stitch, and on the next stitch, make 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet until you reach your last stitch of your I-cord. Now we have finished our row 1, chain 1, turn your work. So this is what the back of our stitch look like. So the bigger stitch is the double crochet and the smaller stitch is the single crochet. So for the next row, which is our second row, we will skip the first stitch, which is the double crochet of the previous row, and do a single crochet and double crochet on the second stitch, which is the single crochet of our previous row. Skip one stitch, and on the next stitch, which is the single crochet of the previous row, make one single crochet and one double crochet. Again, skip one stitch, and on the next stitch, make one single crochet and one double crochet. Just remember that we should always put the one single crochet and one double crochet on top of the previous row single crochet, and the skip stitch is the double crochet of the previous row. This stitch is called a sedge stitch, and this is what we'll be going to use for our entire top tutorial. Just repeat this sedge stitch until you reach your last stitch of your second row. Once you finish the last stitch of your second row, chain 1 and turn your work. So just the same process with row 2. Skip your first stitch and single crochet and double crochet on the next stitch. Skip one stitch and one single crochet and one double crochet on the next stitch. Again, skip one stitch, single crochet and one double crochet on the next stitch. Repeat this sedge stitch to your every row until you reach your body panel measurement. To measure your body panel measurement, just wrap your tape measure around your bust, which is the fullest part of your body, and then divide it by 2, and the total of that measurement will be your body panel measurement. My bust circumference is 31 inches, so divided by 2, it will be 15.5 inches. So the length of my body panel measurement is 15.5 inches. Once you reach the length of your body panel, undo the last 2 loops of your double crochet, which is the last stitch of your last row, and then switch to your second yarn color. And then chain 1 and turn your work. Do the sedge stitch, which is skip the first stitch and single crochet and double crochet on the next stitch. Skip one stitch and one single crochet and one double crochet on the next stitch. until you have made a total of 5 clumps of single crochet and double crochet. Chain 1 and turn your work. Repeat the steps of sedge stitch, single crochet and double crochet on the next stitch or the second stitch, and then skip 1 stitch, make 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet on the next stitch, just until the last stitch. Just repeat this sedge stitch until you reach your desired tie length. So this white sedge stitch will be the lace or the tie at the back. For my tie length, I reach 20 inches. So once you reach your desired tie length, chain 1 and fasten up. Take note on how many rows you have made on this tie so that you can also make it the same on the other side. For your other tie, insert your hook on the first stitch of your foundation chain and then grab your second yarn color. Yarn over the second color yarn and then chain 1. And on that same stitch, make 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. Skip 1 stitch and make 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. Again, skip 1 stitch and on the next stitch, make 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. Once you reach the last stitch of your first row, chain 1 and turn your work, and then repeat the sedge stitch again for your second row until your last stitch of your second row. Repeat the sedge stitch every row until you reach the exact same number of the rows you have made on your previous tie. Then once you reach the last stitch of your last row, chain 1 and fasten off. Now we have finished both the ties at the back. We will start with the straps for our halter neck. So to make the straps, we will have to insert our hook on the corner of our body panel, which would be the first stitch of our first row. So insert our hook on the first stitch of our first row and then yarn over and pull up the second yarn color or your third yarn color, whichever you prefer. And then on that exact same stitch, make a single crochet and double crochet. So notice that the stitch that we have put the single crochet and 1 double crochet is the single crochet of the first row. So on the next stitch, which would be the second row of the body panel, is the double crochet. So since we're skipping a stitch, we will have to put the 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet on the second loop of the double crochet. And then The next stitch would be the single crochet of the third row. So we will skip that single crochet and put the single crochet and double crochet on the first loop of the double crochet of the first row. So the next stitch would be the second loop of the double crochet of the fourth row, and then the next stitch would be the single crochet of the fifth row. So what we're going to do is keep the second loop of the double crochet of the fourth row and then put one single crochet and one double crochet on the single crochet of the fifth row. And then skipping a stitch again, skip the first loop of the double crochet of the sixth row, and then on the second loop on the double crochet of the sixth row, put the one single crochet and one double crochet. Chain 1 and turn your work, and then skip the first stitch and make one single crochet and one double crochet on the next stitch. Repeat this edge stitch until you reach your strap's length. To measure your strap's length, measure from your left upper bust up to the back of your neck and down to the right upper bust. Do take note to try on your straps first before connecting it or sewing it to the other side of your body panel, since the yarn may tend to stretch and it may end up too loose for you. So for my case, my strap measurement is 18 inches, and then I frogged a couple of rows, which my measurement ended up being in 14 inches since my yarn was so stretchy. So once you've noticed that your straps is stretchy, make sure to try them on first before sewing them to the body panel to ensure the fit. Once you're satisfied with the length and the fit of your strap, chain 1 and fasten up. So for fastening off, we will have to cut a long tail for this, since we were going to use this to weave the end of the strap to the other side of the body panel on the left corner. Just make sure that your straps are not twisted before sewing this on the corner of your body panel. So we will use a darning needle for this, and then sew in every stitches of your last row of the straps to the stitches of the body panel. Insert your darning needle into the first stitch of your last row of the strap and on the first stitch of the last row of the body panel. Each stitch of the last row of the straps panel will be sewed onto the body panel's rows, which are the double crochet and the single crochet. So for the double crochet, include sewing the first and second loop. After sewing the straps to your body panel, weave the ends. Also weave the other ends, and now you're done with your top.